Hi and welcome back to the channel and to this next video of the KNX video series. In this video we want to take a look at the central functions. This means that with one button press, for example, we want to turn on lights at multiple positions. And this is something that we can easily simulate with the help of KNX-Virtual. And how we do this we will see after the intro. So I'm back here in our EDS6 project, the industry building project, and here we currently have our twisted pair line with a push button sensor and 3 actuators. And what we want to do now is that we want to turn on the light from our switching actuator that you can see here, as well as from our dimming actuator. So here the channel 1. There we already have the corresponding group addresses. So here you can see in switching light we have office and corridor on and off. And a common error that a lot of people do when they want to create such a central function is that they simply link the corresponding group object from the push button sensor, so the button press, with the group addresses from every light that they want to turn on with this button press. But this doesn't work with KNX. And why? We will see now. So what I mean is that with our push button sensor here, we want to use the last rocker, so channel 8. It is currently set to switching on off. I want to leave it there because with central functions, to also get a feedback, we need a little bit of logic. So for example, an OR connection. And this is something we won't do in this video. So therefore I will stick here to on off. And now a typical error I see is that you simply drag and drop this group object switching on off to office on off as well as to corridor on off. Now you see that this group object, it just worked fine. We could connect it to office on off as well as to corridor on off. So let us download everything onto the device. So download application. I start the diagnostics and then I switch here to KNX Virtual. And here you can see that the last rocker, so the channel 8, is programmed, and now I can press here on 1, and the only thing that you see is that the switching actuator turns its light on. So channel 1. But the dimming actuator here isn't turned on. Now the feedback of the switching actuator just worked fine, and we can also see it here in our diagnostic. We see that the push button sensor only sent one telegram, and this was to the address 100. So here you can see at our push button sensor 100 is here. It didn't send a telegram to 101. So the dimming actuator didn't even have the chance to listen to this telegram, as there wasn't a telegram sent by the push button sensor. And this is due to the technical structure of KNX. Because imagine now if we would have a building or a central function, for example, with 10, 15 lights that should turn on with one button press. Now what the sensor would have to do is it would have to send 15 telegrams at the same time. And this is simply impossible with KNX. So that means that sending group objects can only send a telegram to one group address, not to multiple. As you saw here, the group object from our channel 8 on off only sent a telegram to one of its group addresses, not to both of them. And therefore only the switching actuator turned on. And this isn't a bug by KNX Virtual, this is also at real KNX devices. There you have the same situation. When you connect a sending group object to multiple group addresses, it only sends a telegram to one group address. But how we can implement it the correct way? Well, therefore you already saw that in an earlier video where I created our group address structure, I created here the number 0 with central function as a main group. And in this central function, I can now create group addresses that are connected to multiple actuators. And so with the telegram to this group address, multiple actuators listen to it. But let's take a look at the practice. Therefore, I first of all create a middle group. I will name it Lightning. So there I sort all of my group addresses that are for central Lightning. And I want to have it the number 1, not 0, because the ID 00 I mostly reserve for alarm functions such as wind or rain alarm. And now here I can create a group address and I will name it light corridor plus office on/off. And this group address I will now connect to my push button, so to the 8th channel. So connecting it to 010, and then I can unlink all of the other connections here. So 100 unlink, and again here right click on it, unlink, so that the channel 8 is only connected to 010. So that means that whenever I press the last button, so the 8th button, it will send a telegram to this address 010 with the value on or off. And now I simply have to drag and drop the corresponding objects of the actuators that should listen to this telegram. So from our switching actuator, the on-off object, as well as from our dimming actuator, the on-off object. Now there I got an error because I marked both of them simply on-off. And now you can see dimming actuator on-off is connected to 101 and to the central function. The same thing here for our switching actuator, off is on-off and the central function. And with that, the actuators should now listen to a telegram that has the 010 as a group address and should turn their corresponding channel to the value that was sent. Therefore, I will now open up the modified devices folder, and there I can download the application to all of the devices. So with that in place, we can now come back here to diagnostics and check if the function works as intended. Therefore I will clear it. Now the dimming actuator is still downloading. Now that everything is finished, I clear it, open up KNX-Virtual, and now let us take a look at what happens when I press 1. And you can see the channel 1 was already turned on, so there nothing happened. But what happened now was that the channel 1 of our dimming actuator also turned on. When I press 0, both turn off, and you can also see I can turn them both on. If we take a look at the diagnostics, we can see that the push button sensor sends a telegram to this address 010 with the value on. Therefore the dimming actuator turns its channel on, sends a feedback. The same thing for the switching actuator, it also sends a feedback. Now the same thing here for off. You can see the corresponding feedbacks as well as here again the on switching. This is the correct way to create central functions. Now for example, if you have a channel of a switching actuator that should react to multiple such central functions, so for example, if you have a light in a kitchen, there you might have a central function for the kitchen, a central function for the floor, as well as a central function for the whole building. Well, then you would have 3 of such central function group addresses. And you simply would drag and drop the corresponding object of the actuator to those group addresses. Because a group object that listens to telegrams can easily be connected to multiple group addresses. But a group object that has to write to a group address can only write to one group address at the same time. And therefore you have to remember that sending group objects can only be connected to one group address, while listening group objects can be connected to multiple group addresses. Now another thing that I want to show you in this video is how we can set up, for example, a second push button that does the exact same thing as this push button, so that it also turns on and off the same lights. It also controls the blinds as well as the central function. And this is something we also can simulate with the help of KNX-Virtual. Therefore, we first of all have to add another device. So I go here to the catalog, and then to KNX association. And now it is important that you don't use the clicks push button sensor, as within KNX Virtual only one clicks push button sensor can be simulated, but we also have a room controls object here. And this is what we want to use now. This room controls device is sort of a clicks push button sensor light. So that means that, for example, it has less functions, it has no feedback objects, etc. But for the purpose of this function now, this is fully sufficient. Therefore, I drag and drop it to my twisted pair line. Now I can switch back to the group addresses. And the only thing that we really have to do is that we have to parameterize our room controls device here. So we have to set up the channels correctly. And then we can simply drag and drop the group objects to our created group addresses. So take a look at the push button sensor. We have switching, blind, dimming. So in our room controls, I do the exact same thing. Switching, blind, and last but not least, dimming. Now in this case, I want the fourth channel for the central function. So I take a look that this is set to switching. And as you can see, for example, we don't have feedback objects here. And now we can simply drag and drop those group objects to our already created group addresses. So in lightning switching, our office goes here to switching on off. Then the second channel is blind movement. So I go back here to blind, up down, comes to move, and step stop to step stop. Then we have dimming, so go back to lightning. There our corridor was the dimmed light. First of all, on off to on off, and dimming to dimming. And then last but not least, I said with the fourth channel we want to use our central function. So I can simply drag and drop the group address here to our fourth channel. And with that, we have created another push button sensor that can also perform the same actions as our clicks push button sensor that we already created. And we only had to parameterize this device, so the push button sensor itself, not the actuators. As you can see in modified devices, no device here pops up, while in initial devices the room controls device is existing. Therefore, download it all because it currently doesn't have its physical address. And in order to give this device its physical address, I go back here to devices/topology, and here you can see D21 to D24. So we can have 4 of those devices simulated within KNX Virtual. I choose here D21. And now in order to use this device, first of all I go back here to the base page. Here we can only use the clicks push button, but I will turn everything off. And to use this room controls device, I will go here to room 21, D21 to D24. There we have the devices. Now here it still says unloaded, therefore I will quickly send the application again. This is a bug that sometimes occurs with KNX Virtual, then simply download the application again. And now you see everything works fine. And now if I press here on 1, you can see the light turns on. When I go back here to the base view, we can see the light here is on, and also the feedback object was recognized by our clicks push button sensor. Back to room 21 to 24. I can move down the blinds. I can use our dimmed light as well as the central function. And if I go back here to base, you can see the blind is still moving, and I can stop it with our push button sensor, and I can also here perform our central function. So with that, we now have 2 push buttons that can perform the same functions. And this is how easily you can hook up a second device to an already existing function. And now the second device might not be a push button sensor, but for example, a visualization panel or a presence detector or motion detector that you just hook up to the corresponding group address, and then the only thing that you have to parameterize is the new device itself and no other existing device. If we take a look here at the diagnostics, I will quickly clear everything and go back to KNX Virtual. I turn off the light with our clicks, then turn on the light with the room controls device. And now if we take a look here at the diagnostics, you can see that first of all, the telegram of the clicks push button sensor sent a telegram to 100, so a switching group address. It turned the light off. The feedback of our switching actuator, and then you can already see here the destination is the same, 100, but the source address, so the device that sent this telegram, is another device, here room controls and here clicks. But the switching actuator itself really doesn't bother which device here sent the telegram. The only information the switching actuator is interested in is here the destination address and the value. And you can see that the switching actuator turned the light here on and here it turned the light off. So it just did what it was told to by the push button sensor and by the room controls device. So that's that for this video. I know this was a lot of new informations, but what you have to remember is for central functions we need another group address, because a sending group object can only send a telegram to one group address. So a push button sensor that should turn on multiple lights can only be connected to one group address, so a central group address. Into this central group address we then connect all the actuators or the channels that should react to the press of this push button sensor. And the other thing that we saw was how we can add a second device to an already existing functions. We simply add our new device to our project and then parameterize this new device, or for example the existing device, and then we just need to hook up the group objects to the corresponding group address that already exists, and then the only thing that we have to download is to the device that we just changed, so the new device or the existing device where we added this new function, but not the actuators or all the other devices that are connected to this function. So pretty simple, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, consider a like and subscribe to the channel to get notified for new videos. What I would be interested in is which topics you would like to see on this channel. So for example, other functions that can be simulated with KNX Virtual or even real devices. So write your wishes down below in the comments, and I'm excited to see you in the next video.